energy. So we can say when you are considering electrical cell is an conversion device, which converts, chemical energy into electrical energy, So a cell or a battery converts some chemical reactions into electrical energy. When I am considering this electrical cell, it consists of a container. And in that container, you will be having two electrodes. Electrodes are the rods or the conductors through which current enter and leave the cell. And inside the containers, the two electrodes are being inserted, and the container contains a solution or a paste, which we are taking it as electrolyte. So inside the container, we are having a solution or a paste, which we are taking it as electrolyte. Then we are having two conductors or two rods. Generally, the two rods or the conductors are called to be electrodes. The two conductors or the rods are called to be electrodes. Electrodes means conductors through which current enter and leave out the cell. In the two electrodes, one of the electrode is taken to be the positive electrode, and another one we are calling it out as negative electrode. This arrangement we are calling it out as electric cell. So this arrangement is called to be electric cell. If you are connecting so many cells, then collection of cells is called to be battery. So what do you mean by battery then? Battery is nothing but collection of what? Collection of electric cells. So collection of electric cells leads to battery. Now, when you are considering an electric cell or a battery connected to the electric circuit, then there is a flow of charges in that circuit. Generally, electrons will be flowing from the negative terminal to positive terminal, so that the current will flow from positive terminal to negative terminal. So when I am saying if an electric cell or a battery, is connected to what? Is connected to a circuit, connected to an electrical circuit or connected to a circuit, then either we can say charges are flowing from one electrode to another electrode, or we can say electrons are flowing from. If electrons are flowing, they will be moving towards the positive terminal. So we can say electrons are flowing from negative terminal or negative electrode to the positive electrode of the battery or the cell, to the positive electrode of the battery or to that cell. So if there is a flow of electrons, then there will be a flow of current. If there is a flow of current, then a potential difference is available across the terminal. Therefore, we can say there is a potential difference across the terminals. What is that potential difference across the terminals? There is a voltage or an EMF across the two electrodes. That is what I have written. Across the terminals, there is a potential difference. That potential difference provides energy to the electrons so that the electrons can move from one terminal to another terminal. This potential difference provides energy. This potential difference provides energy to move electrons to move electrons from one terminal, or we can say, or to move the electrons through the circuit, that is enough, through the circuit. If the electrons are moving through the circuit, means there is a flow of electrical current. That we are calling it out as, in general, the introduction regarding electric cells. The potential difference across the terminals of the cell, that we are calling it out as EMF. So you are going to come across a term called to be EMF. What is meant by this EMF? EMF is called to be electromotive force. So it was given as electromotive force, means it is not a force. It is not a force. But what it is not a force, but it is the work done. But it is the work done in moving an electron through the circuit from one terminal to another terminal, from one place, or from one terminal to another terminal, So it is nothing but the work done in moving an electron or a charge from one terminal to another terminal, means it is nothing but potential difference. But here we are not saying it as a potential difference. Instead, we are saying it as an electromotive force. See, what is that electromotive force? Nothing but the potential difference across the electrical cell when no external circuit is being connected. See how I can say, I am considering a cell, or I am considering a battery in which you are having two electrodes. One of the electrode is taken to be a positive electrode and another electrode is considered to be a negative electrode. Now, in between the two electrodes, you connect a voltmeter. So what you can able to get? You can able to get the potential difference across the two terminals when there is no external devices or no external resistances or no external circuits is being connected. Directly, we are measuring the difference in potential between the positive terminal of the cell or a battery and the negative terminal of a cell or a battery. In that case, the potential difference available is called to be EMF. So how I can define EMF, or how I can understand EMF, or how I can measure EMF? So EMF is nothing but the voltage difference or the potential difference between the two terminals, when no external device or resistor or circuit is connected. So when no external device or circuit is connected, that potential difference between the positive terminal and the negative terminal is called to be EMF. See, the same EMF or the same potential difference can also be represented as voltage, or we can say it as potential difference. Then, see, if you are taking this battery and if you are connecting the terminals of the battery across a resistance, and after connecting it across the resistance, if you are taking a voltmeter to measure the potential difference across any two ends, then here the reading given by the voltmeter is voltage, or we can say it out as potential difference. Because when you are connecting a resistance or an external circuit to the battery, in order to make, or in order to get the work to be done, there is a flow of electrical current through this resistance. According to Ohm's law, we know that the potential difference or the voltage across the resistance is V, which is equal to I into R. This I into R is the potential difference now available across the battery when an external circuit is connected. This is voltage or potential difference which will be less than that of the EMF. When you are having no resistance or no external device to that circuit, then the potential difference is EMF. If an external resistance or a circuit or a device is connected to the battery, then the potential difference available is voltage. Are you able to differentiate? External resistance means resistance available inside a cell or inside a battery. For example, how we have considered a cell? That cell consists of a container. Inside that container, you are having an electrolyte. Inside that electrolyte, you are having two terminals. One of the terminal, we are calling it out as the positive terminal. Another one, we are calling it out as the negative terminal. So across this, you will be having what? You will be having a potential difference, positive terminal, negative terminal. Or I can do one thing. What I can do is, instead of battery, I am connecting a resistance. Externally, I am connecting a resistance. Then what will happen? Then the electrons will be flowing from the negative terminal to positive terminal externally, or the current will be flowing from the positive terminal to negative terminal. Inside where it will flow, this is a resistance. Inside the electrolyte, that current will be flowing from negative terminal to positive terminal so that the circuit is said to get closed. So for the flow of electrical current inside the electrolyte, this electrolyte will be offering some resistance for the flow of electrical current. That resistance, we are calling it out as the internal resistance of a cell. So how I can explain? When if I am considering internal resistance, usually internal resistance of a cell is represented by the letter small r. If you are considering a cell or a battery, that cell or a battery will have a small internal resistance, in practice. See, when you are considering an ideal cell or ideal battery, ideal cell or ideal battery means there is no internal resistance available. No internal resistance available in a cell or a battery. Ideal means when you are considering it theoretically, there is no internal resistance available inside a cell or a battery. But in reality or in practice, if you are considering a cell, there is a small internal resistance available inside the cell. From where that internal resistance is available, I have explained. When you are connecting a cell or a battery connected to an external circuit, then there is a flow of electrical current from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. Outside the cell, inside the cell, that electrical current will be moving from negative terminal to positive terminal, so that the electrical circuit will get what? So that the electrical circuit will get closed. So for the flow of electric current inside the electrolyte, we are having some resistance offered by that electrolyte. That resistance, we are calling it out as internal resistance. Or we can say in otherwise also, instead of electrical current, if you are considering the charges flowing, always the charges flowing is electron. Electrons will be flowing in a direction opposite to that of the current. If so, the charges called to be electrons are moving from negative terminal to positive terminal in the external circuit, and internally it will be moving from positive terminal to negative terminal. So for the flow of electrical charges, or the electrical current inside the electrolyte, inside the cell or inside the electrolyte, what will happen? The cell or the electrolyte will offer a resistance for the flow of charges. Will offer a resistance for the flow of what? For the flow of charges. That resistance offered by the electrolyte for the flow of charges is called to be, that resistance is called to be what resistance? That resistance is called to be internal resistance of a cell. See, the internal resistance of a cell go on increasing with aging. See, when you are going to a shop and getting a battery or a cell, we are using it in a clock or in our toy, some other thing. As time passes, we are saying the battery has gone out and we are taking the battery and we are throwing it away. Actually, what happens? See, when you are considering a commercial battery, AA or AAA, you will be having two terminals. The lower end is considered to be negative, the higher end is considered to be positive. If you are taking a freshly prepared cell, okay, if you are considering a freshly prepared cell, the Pudu cell, the freshly prepared cell will have low internal resistance, So if you are getting a new battery or a new cell and if you are putting it in a device to work it, the device is working in a proper manner. But as time passes, what happens? As time passes, the chemicals inside that cell reacts and it is supplying electrical current for some time. And after some time, the internal resistance go on increases. And at one particular stage, there is no chance for the charge carriers to cross the battery or to cross the electrolyte. So that internal resistance will be high and the battery won't work. So what is the concept here? The concept is the internal resistance of the cell. Internal resistance of a cell go on increases. Okay, go on increases with what? Go on increases with the time. As time go on increases, the internal resistance of the cell also go on increases. So we are going to determine the internal resistance of a cell using a voltmeter, or we can say using a high resistance voltmeter. So in order to determine the internal resistance of a cell, you consider a cell which is having an EMF E, having the positive terminal and the negative terminal and with internal resistance small r. Initially, you connect a high resistance voltmeter across the cell directly. So no external resistance or no external devices connected means the high resistance voltmeter will be drawing a very feeble amount of current or negligible amount of current. So the voltmeter shows a deflection or gives a reading, and the voltmeter reading will be represented as the potential difference across the cell, which is the EMF. In this case, only a very feeble amount of current is drawn. The circuit is called to be open circuit. Now, you consider the second case. What is the second case? To that electric cell of EMF E and internal resistance R, you connect an external resistance capital R across which the voltmeter is connected. The same voltmeter is connected. Since a resistance R is connected across the battery, there is a flow of electrical current through the resistor, and the current flowing, let the current flowing be I. If the current flowing through the resistance is I, then the voltmeter is reading the potential difference across the resistor, and that potential difference across the resistor is V, given by Ohm's law, which is V is equal to I into R. So therefore, we can write when an external resistance is connected, when an external resistance is connected across the cell, then the potential difference across the resistor is equal to potential difference across the resistor is equal to V, given by Ohm's law, that is V is equal to I into R. Let us consider this as equation number 1. Now you combine or you just compare this potential difference across the resistor in the second case with that of the EMF that is available in the first case. So when you are comparing the EMF E and the potential difference V, it was found out that the potential difference V is less than that of what? It is less than that of the EMF. And when you are comparing the EMF with the potential difference V, it was found out that potential difference in the closed circuit is less than that of potential difference in the open circuit, that is EMF. So why this is? Due to internal resistance. Why this is happening now? This is the reason. Due to internal resistance of the cell. Due to internal resistance of the cell. The voltmeter is reading reading V, which is less than what? Which is less than EMF. But due to internal resistance, some potential difference is gone out. Abdina, how I can write? V is equal to actually I into capital R. But some potential difference is not available. So how you can able to write that V? We can write that V, or I can write like, or instead of the V, I can write EMF. What will happen to EMF instead of V? See, if I am considering this EMF will be equal to the resistance, the potential difference across the internal resistance plus the potential difference across the external resistance. When we are measuring the voltage across the resistance in the closed circuit, we are able to get only V. But when you are considering EMF, the EMF value is considered to be more. Some amount of potential difference is lost in some other resistance. So I am saying the total EMF should be equal to potential difference across the external resistance plus potential difference across the internal resistance. That is the total EMF. So I can write the total EMF is equal to I into R plus, what is this I into capital R? From equation 1, I can write it out as V. From this, I can write the internal resistance, that is I into R, potential difference across the internal resistance I into R is equal to E minus V. Take this as equation number 2. So we have calculated two equations, equation 1 and equation 2, from which we can determine the value of internal resistance. You get equation 2 divided by equation 1. What is equation 2? It is IR divided by equation 1. We are getting I into capital R is equal to, on the other side, E minus V divided by V. This I and this I will get cancelled. So small r equal to, make a cross multiplication, E minus V by V multiplied it with capital R. So using this relation, we can able to calculate the internal resistance of a cell. So this expression or this equation gives the equation for internal resistance. Equation for internal resistance, and the value of internal resistance is considered to be very, very small. See, in this equation, as we know, the value of EMF, the potential difference, and the external resistance, as we know, all these quantities, small r, the internal resistance can be calculated or internal resistance can be determined. This is how we can able to determine the internal resistance of a voltage. Open circuit, the potential difference measured is EMF. In closed circuit, the measured potential difference is voltage or potential difference. When you are comparing EMF and potential difference is less than that of EMF, which indicates that there is a potential drop across the external resistance as well as the internal resistance. So the total potential difference called to be EMF is equal to the potential difference across the internal resistance plus the potential difference across the external resistance. We know the potential difference across the external resistance is V, which is I into capital R. On substituting, we can get it out as EMF E is equal to I into small r plus capital V. Instead of I into capital R, I have replaced with capital V. So on simplifying, I can write I into small r is equal to E minus V. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1, I can obtain the expression for the internal resistance given by the formula E minus V by V into capital R. As we know, the value of EMF, the value of potential difference, and the external resistance, we can determine the internal resistance of the given cell using voltmeter. Let us consider the circuit like this. Let us consider a circuit. You are having a battery. This battery is having an EMF E. You are having an internal resistance small r. So it is in series. Then to this, an external resistance capital R is connected. If you are connecting a voltmeter across this, the voltmeter reading will be giving you the potential difference or the voltage. So for this circuit, I have written a small description. Let us consider a battery of EMF E. The current that is flowing through this electric circuit, I am taking it as I. Let small r be the internal resistance of the cell, because when we are considering this, both are considered to be the same quantity or a single quantity. Then capital R is considered to be the external resistance. First of all, you calculate what is the power delivered. So the power delivered through the circuit or the resistance available in the circuit, in general, it is given by power P is equal to I into the EMF. Actually, we have already studied power P is equal to V into I. Instead of V, we have taken it as what? We have taken it as E, that is EMF. When I am replacing EMF, we know that EMF is, what is that EMF? EMF is potential difference plus potential difference across the external resistance plus potential difference across the internal resistance. So replacing capital V with I into capital R and simplifying, I am getting the equation as P is equal to I square into capital R plus I square into small r. As the value of capital R is very, very greater than that of small r, and the value of current flowing through the circuit is a constant, we can say I square into capital R is very, very greater than that of I square into small r. I square into small r is very, very less than that of I square into capital R. Whatever may be. What is the conclusion arrived? The electrical I square R is the power. So we can say the entire power is delivered to the external resistance only. This is what we are calling it out as the power delivered and the current in the electrical circuit. A battery has an EMF of 12 volt. So the EMF available capital E is equal to 12 volt and connected to a resistor. So external resistor connected capital R is equal to 3 ohm. The current in the circuit. So current I is equal to 3.93 ampere. What are the things asked? Terminal voltage. V is considered to be the terminal voltage. So you are asked to calculate terminal voltage, nothing but potential difference across the resistor in closed circuit. Then option B, then second one asks this, say terminal voltage and internal resistance. Then power delivered by the battery, P, power delivered by the battery, let us consider it as BP. Then power delivered to the resistor, P of capital R. All these we have to calculate. First of all, let us consider what? First of all, let us consider about the terminal voltage, as the terminal voltage is given by the formula. So option A, terminal voltage V is equal to I into capital R. So we know both the values of I as well as R. So on substituting, V is equal to 3 into 3.93. So 3 into 3, 9, 9 into 3, 27, again 2, 3 into 3, 9, 9 plus 2, 11. So 11.79 volt is considered to be the terminal voltage. Okay. Then what is the second one asked? See, in that same question, they have asked the internal resistance. So how to calculate that internal resistance? We know the formula for internal resistance is small r is equal to E minus V by VE multiplied it with the capital R. So what is the value of E? Small r equal to capital E is 12 volt minus small v is, sorry, V is considered to be 11.79 divided by 11.79 multiplied it with R. What is the value of R? It is equal to 3. Come on, simplify. On subtracting, you will be getting 0.63 divided by, sorry, 0.21 divided by 11.79 into 3. When you are multiplying, you will be getting 0.63 divided by 11.79 ohm. So you simplify this. So I have simplified using the calculators. So the answer that I am getting is 0.05 ohm. So the internal resistance of the cell is got as small r, which is equal to 0.05. Isn't it? Then what is the next one asked? The next one asked is power delivered by the battery. Sir, power delivered by the battery means the current into voltage. In battery, the total voltage available is EMF. So PB, power delivered by battery. This is power delivered by battery. So when you are considering the power delivered by battery, it is represented as I into E, EMF. What is the value of I? The value of I is 3.93. Multiplied it with EMF. EMF is 12. So on multiplying, I am getting the answer as 47.1. This is power. So given in watts. Power delivered by battery is considered to be 47.1 watt. Similarly, the next one asks this power delivered to what? Power delivered to resistor. So what is the power delivered to resistor? Power delivered to resistor. Last question. This PR is equal to I square into R losses. What is that I square into R? I square is 3.93, the whole square multiplied it with R is 3. On simplifying this, we will be getting the answer as 46.3 watt. So power delivered by the resistor. If you want to, if you want to calculate power delivered by internal resistance, what is the power delivered by internal resistance? This is not asked, but if you want, you can calculate. See, P of small r is equal to I square into small r, which will be equal to power delivered by the battery minus power delivered by the external resistance. Isn't it? Isn't it? Because the power delivered by the battery is equal to, we have taken like this, I square into small r plus I square into capital R. Power delivered by battery will be equal to power delivered by internal resistance plus power delivered by external resistance. So power delivered by internal resistance is equal to power delivered by battery minus power delivered by the external resistance. It is not asked, but if you want, you can able to calculate. What is power delivered by battery? Power delivered by battery is 47.1 minus power delivered by resistor is 46.3 watt. If you are subtracting, you can able to get nearly 0.8 watts. So 0.8 watt is the power delivered by the internal resistance. Hope you should have understood.
Yes, sir.
See, the power delivered.
Yes, sir.
Power delivered by the internal resistance cannot be used for any work, for not for any other useful work.